I know there's been a lot of talk about the BYD brand lately, and because we had the rare opportunity to be the first media group ever to visit BYD's HQ here in Shenzhen, China, I felt it's only apt to continue the chatter. How about that? After touching down at the airport, we had to travel an hour and a half to a town called Pingshan, where BYD's HQ is located. This place is also known as BYD City, and I can understand why. Most of the day-to-day economic activities here revolves around BYD. From their public transportation, eateries to their housing, everything is either serving or occupied by BYD employees. How amazing is that? Now, before we delve into checking out BYD's lineup of cars, let's take a moment to explore a bit of history and find out what it really takes to build your dreams. We are currently in BYD's global headquarters here in Shenzhen, China, and we have the opportunity to visit the BYD Museum. Let's check it out! Now, aside from the automotive industry, BYD also dabbles into rail transit, new energy, and also electronics. To date, BYD has sold some 3 million EV cars globally. It took BYD 13 years to achieve its first million EVs. The second million only took 2 years, and the last million came in 2022 in just 6 months. This right here is the global patent wall. 40,000 patents, 28,000 has been approved. BYD is flexing, telling us that innovation and new inventions to better this world are part of their DNA. I get it. SelfBody Technology. Basically, the battery cell acts as a structural block within the car, which promises better safety and optimized battery usage. Now, the blade battery doesn't just act as an energy source, but also a structural component capable of withstanding significant force. The BYD Seal, which will be launched in Malaysia sometime by end of this year, fingers crossed, will be the first to be equipped with CTB technology. The highlight of this tour for me would be the nail penetration test. This is what happens when a nail is penetrated into a conventional lithium-ion battery. The battery bursts into flames, and the heat was above 500 degrees Celsius. While nothing happens when the nail penetrates into the blade battery, the surface temperature is below 70 Celsius. That's really just a warm cup of coffee. Now, aside from electric cars, BYD also produces electric buses. How cool is that? Fun fact, I was also told that Shenzhen has 100% electric buses and taxi. So part of BYD's corporate social responsibility, during the pandemic, BYD decided to manufacture their own masks. And I was told that within 3 days, they came up with the blueprint, and within 7 days, the mold to manufacture the mask. Okay, let's move on to the cars. We were brought to this rather secretive location, BYD's own test track within the HQ. Filming wasn't allowed on the short journey there because there are models that are either working in progress or have not been launched yet. So yeah, our eyes only. But I guess what's most important is we get to test out some of these cars on the track. The first 2 cars that I was really eager to test were the BYD Seal and Dolphin, which will be landing on our Malaysian shores very soon. And we got to test out the acceleration and performance of these cars through a Century Sprint and Slalom test. Okay, let me adjust my seat a little bit. This test drive, the instructor has allowed me to drive on my own. This is supposed to be the most powerful car out of the lot. It has some 523 horsepower and 670 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 100 in 3.8 seconds, as you can see in the emblem at the back. 3, 2, 1. Wow. I need to do it another time. I need to feather the throttle, if not it's too powerful. I'm knocking down the cones. Oh dear. Okay. I think they're not going to allow me to drive this anymore. It's instantaneous. It's very torquey, but it doesn't feel that fast, even though it is going at that rate. So I'm actually pretty impressed. We are currently in the BYD Dolphin. This will probably be the smallest car and the slowest out of the lot. First impression, it feels and looks a bit on a feminine side. Not too bad for a B segment hatchback. The initial acceleration is not as powerful as the other variants that we've been trying, partly because this is a single motor electric vehicle, so don't expect it to be like the rest. This is the BYD Han.
Yeah.
I would say that this car is probably equivalent to, I don't know, Camry 5 Series. It has two motors, front and back. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, that was quite an experience. The handling of this car is really precise, I would have to say. Going through the slalom test just now, it's pretty amazing. It goes around the corners really well. I think partly it has got to do with this car being a bit more weighted and also the low center of gravity. So pretty impressed, pretty impressed. Currently, I am in the BYD Tang, and this is a 7-seater SUV. And I was just informed that this is a PHEV. Go. Okay.
Very nice.
This car doesn't drive like a SUV. When I was going through the slalom, it handles very well on the softer side, but it's really impressive. I'm actually a little bit worried for the other car manufacturers in the industry. It is definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Okay, so in summary, what did I get out of this trip aside from great company and some not to my taste but liking Shenzhen cuisine? Well, firstly, BYD started off as a battery manufacturing company in 1995. Over time, BYD got into the automotive business and today is the most sold EV cars in the world, outselling Tesla. They are really good at making batteries. If you don't already know, Tesla is also using BYD's blade battery technology in their recent Model Y cars. So to wrap it up, like I've mentioned before, BYD is more than just an automaker. They are also into rail transit, renewable energy, and our day-to-day electronics. So if you're wondering, nope, BYD did not sponsor us to do this video. Okay, thanks for watching guys, bye.
And as you're familiar with BYD, which is also on the West Coast, I think they're ramping up production of their electric vehicles. Warren Buffett owns 10% stake in that. Why do you laugh? BYD is trying to compete. Why do you laugh?
Have you seen their car?